is ready to snatch. I know I am. All right. So guys, today we're going to go through a beautiful movement called our snatch. Now, I'm going to go real quick to show you some technique, okay? It is required that you have a proper hardstyle swing in your arsenal, but I'm going to show you the hardstyle snatch here, okay? Remember, the snatch versus the swing, where the swing is going outward, the trajectory goes forward. The snatch, the trajectory goes upward, okay? So that's the difference. So what I want to do, if you have your kettlebell, I have my trusty Kettlebell Kings 24 right here. We're going to go with some swings here, okay? Before we do that, let me just introduce myself. My name is Alex Karu. I'm a Strong First Elite coach, beast tamer, and I have work in Los Angeles. I'm based out of Venice Beach right now, and I work all around the area. I train people in person. I have my online people that I see also, and some exciting things coming up. I have a book coming out with the Kettlebell Kings, and I have my website that's about to be reformed. So with all of that, if you want to sign up for the email list, please join on there because it is going to be launching very, very soon. We're just doing the final touches. I have some work to do for it, but we're almost there. All right, so back to that. Enough about me. Now on to you. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start with our swings, okay? So we're going to go single arm swings on this one. With the single arm swing, we're going to just go 5, one side, park it, and then we're going to go 5 the other side, okay? You'll see why. It's just going to be a warm-up. Okay, so just I'm going to go through some technique. You'll follow along here. So you always see me step, step. I take my hands, drive them in to drive my hips back. Okay, I'm going to grab the bell. We're going to go 5 swings in 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay. So you might have heard a couple things. Did you hear that breath? That's called power breath. So it's a breath. Okay, that's going to be the explosion when you hinge, okay? So it should happen right at the point, all right? Your glutes should contract, your stomach should turn on, your quads should all turn on, okay? Let's do the left side and see if you can match my breath. It's a T-S-S-S-S-T, breath. All right, here we go, other side. Step, step, hips, drive it back in 3, 2, 1, 5 swings this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Okay, so quick little shakeout. All right, that's just a warm-up because now we're going to get ready to go overhead. Now, the difference between, as I said, the swing is out, the snatch trajectory is going to be upward. So you don't want your snatch to be swingy. And what that means is when you come up like this, you're not going from here to there because that's not what a snatch is. You actually are shortening the distance by going up. So there's a little elbow bend, and then you think about punching through. But that was in slow motion. You cannot do that in slow motion, okay? It's an explosive, powerful move. The way that I've always heard it referred to is the czar of the kettlebell movements, okay? This is the king of the kings on this one, okay? So the way I like to go into this, I want you to try this with me. We're going to go 1 swing, and then we're going to go right to overhead to 3 snatches, okay? Again, a little bit more advanced technique, but let's see if you can get this. All right, sign up. Step, step, hips, 1 swing, 3 snatch. In 3, 2, 1, swing, and then 3 snatch. Overhead, punch through. Good. You're going to park it. All right. So a couple of things on the snatch you might have noticed. A lot more power required, okay? You start running into trouble with this or you feel like you're not creating enough power, go deeper on your backswing. That's a big lack I see when people are learning the snatch. You go shallow and you try to make it all front. You start seeing this round out. None of that. You want to be solid. Every time at the top, your body becomes a plank, okay? So you're tight, you're locked in. Let's do another side. All right. Step, step, hips, hands in 3, 2, 1. 1 swing, 3 snatch. Good, and park. All right, so quick little shakeout. Okay, I know it's a short warm-up. I want to get right into this workout, okay? Now, the good part about this is this workout is only going to be 5 minutes, but it's going to be an intense 5 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build you up to 70 snatches. Now, this method, what I'm doing is for those of you guys that are maybe trying to do 100 snatches overhead, okay? Now, I have the 24 right here. Based on my body weight, this would be my test weight to be able to do 100 of this in 5 minutes, all right? So what I like to do is I like to go on the minute here and every 30 on the 30. This is a nice way to build up for those of you guys that want to build to higher numbers, okay? So for me, like what I'll do is we're going to go through this in a little bit of a different way so you can do however many reps that work for you based on the weight you have, okay? But for my body, 24 is right. Some of you guys are going to be using a 12 kilos. Some of you guys are 16, 20, 24. Some of you guys maybe even a 28 on this one. All right, so what I do is, though, it goes 5 for the first round, okay? We're going to go 5 on the 30. Then we go to the other side, 5 on the other side, the next 30 seconds, okay? I'm going to work us up to 70, so we're going to go 6 on the next one, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, and then 10. Or I think it finishes, so it goes 5, 5. Let me do the math. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, okay? So we're going to finish at 9, 9. All right, but what you can do when you're doing a snatch test or building your way up to 100, you can increase those number over time, okay? So I won't normally do this. I won't normally go like 10 and 10 because I like to blitz it early on and get a lot of the reps out of the way and then park it and have my time. But because this is 5 minutes, it's going to kind of give you a gauge of where you're at, okay? So for some of you guys, you might only be doing 5 reps at a time, okay? That means 5 reps every round. You park it every 30 on the 30, okay? If you want to match my pace, you're going to get to 70 reps a day, okay? Some of you superstars out there, if you have a light weight, you might be doing 10, all right? So I'm going to start a clock right now, and that way I can kind of track us on this. But what we're going to do is we're going to be every 30 on the 30, okay? So you match whatever pace works for you, okay? I'm going to start 5, okay? But every round, I'm going to increase by 1 rep, okay? Finishing at 9. Does that sound good? I like the sound of it. All right, so first side's going to be 5, and you park it. You're going to have plenty of time to recover. I want you to breathe, fast and loose in between. All right, we're going to go right into the snatch. Here we go. First side, 5 seconds here. In 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 snatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Park. All right, so shake it out. A little fast and loose action. We're going to go to the other side. You got 30 seconds. I'm going to chalk up because I need it right now. It's a little muggy out here. Okay. Here we go. Other side. 5 seconds here. Line it up in 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 snatch. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. And 10. Good. Okay. So round of 5 is done. I'm going to shake it out a little bit. We're going to go to round of 6 here, okay? Increase it by 1. You don't have to. You can stick to 5. Okay, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to keep my heart rate within reason. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 snatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Park, shake, get ready for the next round. So other side. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe in between. I'm reminding myself. All right, here we go. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 snatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Okay, 6. Round of 6 done. Moving on to round of 7 here. Breathe, let it come down. We're working our way up to 9. We're getting there. Okay. Round of 7. 5 seconds here. In 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Remember, legs should be fully locked at the top, okay? Lock those knees as quick as you can. It's a ballistic, all right? It's not soft knees. 7 on the other side. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Okay. Quick little shakeout. Breathe. Maybe chalk. I need it. Okay. Round 8. I'm breathing. I'm sure you are too. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay, we're getting there. No, not too long of a break. Here we go. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, round of 9. Don't go far. Breathe. Here we go. Last round on this side. Here we go. 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. 9 snatch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Good. All right. Last round here. Here we go. We got 5 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 70. Good. Okay. Breathe. I'm going to also. You kept up with me. You just did 70 snatches. It's a lot. So in between, let the breath come down, heart rate within reason. Those of you guys that are working on your snatch test, just have 30 more to go. That's it. So you can kind of see where you can make it up, okay? As I mentioned, I like to front load, all right? It means take it on early, okay? And then finish with less reps, okay? That's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna breathe. This is no joke. My heart rate's high. I love snatching though. It really is the czar of the kettlebell movements. All right, so we're gonna let that heart rate come down. I always open up to a Q&A. I always like to do a little Friday mindfulness, so my heart rate's still really high, so I'm gonna let yours come down along with mine. This is my excuse to slow it down a second. All right. Yeah, in the Q&A though, if you do have questions, please save it for when I'm looking at you saying, hey, you can ask questions now, all right? Because I want to do a little Friday mindfulness. All right, so my heart's within reason. I can have a normal conversation. Come to a comfortable seated position. Okay, you can cross the legs, go for it. Yogi fingers. Feel the crown of your head rise, close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your nose and out your nose. Into your nose and out your nose. In your nose and out your nose. Every inhale gets a little deeper. Every exhale fully releases. Fill up that belly with air and then release it. What I'd like you to do here as you're keeping that breath nice and deep, start to find clarity through your mind, your body, your whole spirit. Just allow yourself to let go of whatever you feel like you have to do or you didn't do. Just be here with this breath. Every inhale, every exhale. Just breathe and just be. right, guys, keep that breath nice and deep. Keep your eyes closed. What I'd like you to do is take both your hands, put them over your physical heartbeat. The heartbeat is going to beat for you on average 100,000 times a day. Never consciously asking for anything in return. Now's a good time to just give it whatever you feel like your heart needs right now. Maybe some light, some love, forgiveness, whatever you feel like your heart needs right now. Keep your eyes closed, bring your hands to a prayer position. Just bow your head. And what I'd like you to do right now in this moment, if you could, think of one thing you thought of it hard enough that you're excited about. Something coming up in your life that you could be truly, truly excited about. Good. When you finish that, you can bring your head back up, hands back to those knees. Just bring yourself awareness back in your body. Just slowly start to blink those eyes open. Maybe the world looks a little bit brighter. I know it does for me. But I am sweaty. I'm sure you are too, and I'm sure you have questions. So I know that was a quicker one today for you, but it's good because it's as you felt, if you did it, or as you saw, maybe you have to back off on the reps, or maybe you go ahead. Okay, but I'm going to open up to a Q&A. I'm sure you guys have some questions because there's a lot of technique to the snatch. I'm going to start on YouTube first. Francisco watching it while at work. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining. Do we need kettlebell for breathing? Yeah, I mean, I do at least. That's a good question. Do we need kettlebell for breathing? Yes, of course you do. And then we have Julian saying the kettlebell will float. Yeah. So what Julian's talking about, when you do that swing or that snatch, there's going to be a point where you created all that power through your glutes and hamstrings. Because a lot of people, when they see this move, they think it's all shoulders and overhead. Yes, there is posterior work to receive the bell overhead, but really what's happening is all the power comes from your glutes and hamstring in that motion. And the bell, legitimately, like Julian said, floats to go overhead and punch, okay? So I have a few videos with the Kettlebell Kings about floating in your swing, floating in your clean, and floating in your snatch, of course. So it's just where you can actually release the bell. So I'll show you a quick example. So right here, you actually can go overhead, release it, catch it, and then go back down, okay? But that's because I created that power to be able to go overhead, to be able to receive it, okay? You need to be able to have that power. It's more of a sexy circus trick. That's all I'm going to say about it. All right. So what else we got? Instagram, what do you got for me? You got some questions in here? Let me see. Let me just scroll because I know some of you guys asked them earlier on. Yeah, looks like there's a lot of people. Thanks for joining, guys. Yeah, if you have any questions, just this is your time, guys. Whatever I can give you here, this is a good time. If you have any snatch questions, anything really with the kettlebell. Okay, we have on deer. Any advice on the descent part on how the kettlebell should be in the hand? Yeah, that's a really good question. Let me just chalk up because I'm a little sweaty right now. So the question is, any advice on the descent? So when the bell's coming back down and through, what you don't want to ever do with the kettlebells is you never want to cast them forward because then that's going to pull on your back, shoulder, elbows. It's just not a safe position, okay? So you want to keep it relatively tight to your body. But what happens is for those of you guys, like I don't have the biggest hands, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to suffer from a grip perspective. So I used to always, for whatever it's worth, for those of you guys that are a little bit newer to snatching, I rip my hands 100% of the time anytime I did a snatch test. Now it's not even a thought, like they wouldn't rip, but it's because, of course, my grip got stronger, but a lot of it has to do with the way I found to be able to pass the bell behind me in the negative or the backswing. And what I found was if your hands are big enough, for those of you guys that have calluses, which of course, if you kettlebell, you do, you can actually pass the handle past the callus if your hands are long enough to be able to do it. Now, for me, because I'm using a hardstyle bell here, as the bells get bigger, the handles get bigger too. So I don't really have that luxury to do that. But what I found is, for me, if you notice, I grab the bell more on the inside, and I find that on that backswing, when I turn my thumb down, one, it creates space so I don't have to go so wide with my legs, okay? That's number one. But number two, I find that it puts a little bit more pressure on the inner pad here, and most of my calluses are on the outside. So I don't really feel too much pain there. So that's like a little trick that works really well for me. So if you notice, you watch when I go overhead and I come back through, you're going to see right here, it's smooth and I let it go. Okay. So if you look from the side too, I'm not throwing it out. I'm letting it drop back through and then I'm right back into that position. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Hand position definitely helped me a lot, but again, it really depends on what kind of bell you're using or your bell size. Good question there. Because yeah, the descent can be, that's a lot of times the part where your hand will actually rip because it pulls. Any other questions we have? What do you got for me? Let's see. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Hopefully that helps you too with the hand position. Some other common things that I see, and this is just from a breath patterning perspective. When you're doing anything, any ballistic, okay, whether you're swinging, cleaning, or snatching, the power breath always happens at the hinge, okay? Now, if you watch me doing high rep snatches, my breath's gonna be a little different, okay? So I'll give you a little bit more advanced reasoning for this, and this works really well for me. Again, this might not work for you. The way that it's taught is not like this, actually. It would be just straight breath in and then breath as soon as you hinge. In, breath, okay? What I find is when I do high reps, and I naturally go to, especially when I'm testing, I add a second breath. So you'll hear me almost like, I call it like a train chug-a-lug breath. It'll be like, okay? So it sounds like a train chug-a-lugging along, okay? I don't know if that's a thing, but whatever. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm talking about with the breath patterning. Here's the normal breath, how I would teach this. I'll show you on the left side. So it'd be here, it'd be a gulp of air into the nose, and then right the hinge. I breathe, I release right away. So in, okay? That's gonna be the way that it's normally taught. Now on my right side, I'm gonna show you a little bit more of a way that I found allows me to get a little bit more oxygen in. So it's gonna be a double breath, so you'll see. So for me, I don't know, it allows me to get a little bit more oxygen. And even you can see I'm not as out of breath, okay? Or if I do that just one-to-one breath, I'm a little bit more out of breath. Okay, so that works for me. So hopefully that helps you guys with some of the breathing techniques. But yeah, the snatch is a move. The more you do it, the better you'll get. Like any of these moves. I used to be really bad at my right side was always okay, but my left side, I remember, because I'm right dominant, my left side was always a little bit challenging. And it's to the point now where I usually start on my left side. They feel just as powerful as the other, but it's because I've done so many reps of this, okay? So if you're one of those people that you feel your dominant side is really struggling, you just need probably more reps under you. And the key is, one of the things I didn't talk about, but you want to think about at the top, I say punch through, make sure your wrist stays straight, okay? A lot of times I'll see broken wrists, which creates this motion where the bell's pulling you back, all right? That's gonna pull on your shoulder. You don't need that, all right? You wanna make sure you're solid here. Everything should be lined up at the top. If you notice too, I don't rush at the top to get out of it, okay? I'm not here and then just flinging myself back down. You'll see it's like my normal pace looks like this. I'm here and then I'm back down. I have time, okay? You don't wanna necessarily rush out of it because sometimes you might not fully lock out and you're already back down, all right? A big part of this is making sure you're locking in, all right? Again, I'm teaching the Harsel method, so everything should be really solid, planky at the top of it, okay? So hopefully those cues help you there, all right? All right, well, guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was informative. I hope the workout, the actual snatch session, only 5 minutes, but you can see, I mean, I'm feeling it. I'm sweating over here. I was running out of gas. I needed a second to breathe there. My heart rate was really high. The snatch is one of the hardest things that you can do as far as high rep in a short period of time, okay? So especially the 5-minute snatch test, for those of you guys that know what I'm talking about, doing 100 in the 5 minutes, it is one of the hardest things you can do. So you have like time miles, of course, really hard. Skiing up hills really hard, I'm sure. But the snatch test, one of the hardest, okay? So your heart rate should be really high. If it was really elevated, again, drop the reps or take a break in between. You got to build up your endurance for it. Your lungs will come under you the more you do it, okay? And just like anything with the kettlebells, the more you do, the better you get, all right? Check out my website, theformulafitness.com, okay? Again, if you're not on the email list, please sign up for it. We're going to do, as I launched the new website, the book with the Kettlebell Kings will be released at that same time too. So if you guys like working out with me, I have plenty of material that's going to be coming your way of ways to be able to improve all these things. So if you felt like your technique wasn't fully there, the Kettlebells for Beginners book that I'm putting out with the Kettlebell Kings is going to be just the book you need. All right. And then I have a level 1 program that's going to allow you to get to the next level and actually follow and improve your form. Okay. So I'm really excited to release all that. So please sign up for my email list. My Instagram handle is @AlexKaru, AlexKaru. If you're not sure where it is and you're on this channel here, you can see it tagged in. If you're on YouTube, you'll see me tagged in the YouTube description. If you're on Instagram, you can even just go to the Kettlebell Kings page and you'll see plenty of posts I do with them. I always spread information, and I want to make these things, because these things are just cannonballs with handles. I want to make these things accessible to everybody. They're a really great tool. They've been kind of the game changer for me to be able to get to another level. Don't get me wrong. I love the barbell. I love pull-up bars. I love all the bodyweight stuff, but the kettlebell has been really a secret weapon, I would say, to keep me durable for the long period of time. Okay, so I'm one of these workouts, and I can't wait to see you. Guys, you have a great weekend or wherever you are in this world. And before we get out of here, I'll pound it out with you. Thanks for joining. And then YouTube, I will see you next time.